So I want to talk about the journey of the entrepreneur, right? It sounds so glamorous until you start walking down that path. I want to tell you it's incredibly rewarding, but it is filled with anxiety, ups, downs, and everything in between. I don't think enough people talk about this, and that's why I want to talk about this. I started my professional career coming out of college 34 years ago. I was born an entrepreneur and didn't know it. I tried to work in the W-2 world for other people and very quickly realized that I had very clear ideas on how I wanted to do things. It really meant that I just needed to be my own boss. I'm unemployable. Thankfully, in my 30s, I learned that I really wanted to strike out and become an entrepreneur and embarked upon the journey of working in commercial real estate. That was pseudo-entrepreneurial because I worked for a very large firm. And so I still had that comfort blanket, I guess you would call it, right? Of working for a company, but basically having to hunt everything that I eat. After about 5 years of working for a large commercial real estate firm, I finally struck out on my own and started my own company. Let me tell you what those early years were like. I want to give a really clear picture of what it's like to walk that path. And since that time, by the way, I've walked multiple other paths in other businesses. Clearly, I love being an entrepreneur, but you need to know that there's good and bad. There are sleepless nights. You will need to pour more money into your business than you budget for. You will be awake in the middle of the night with anxiety. You will be wearing sores on the side of your tongue from rubbing it against your teeth. You will constantly worry about delivering on what you promised, but you will have the joy of building something that is uniquely your own. You will have to hire and fire people. You'll have to write standard operating procedures. You will have days where you worry about making payroll, and you will have the joy of bringing in large sums of money. It's a mixed bag. You're putting all of these things into one big ball, shaking it up. That's the journey of entrepreneurialism. You will never know if you're making the right decision or not. You will have to learn to trust your instincts and to evaluate and research every decision you make and then make it definitively and walk that path. You'll have to test and measure. You'll have to pivot. You'll have to seek out resources and guidance from other people that have walked a mile in those shoes. It is a long and arduous journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you've ever run a marathon, you know what that takes. It's months and months and months of training and building up and then rest periods and building back up and rest periods before you go out to run slow and steady your full marathon. That's what the journey of being an entrepreneur is like. How do I know? Why would you listen to me? I have grown 3 companies. I have had sleepless nights. I'm still having sleepless nights. But controlling what you can control and letting go of what you cannot control is a skill that you have to learn or it'll drive you crazy. And if you have a family and friends and other obligations, you have to learn how to compartmentalize the work from the rest of your life. And that's very difficult to do. I don't do it well. My phone is constantly going off. You might even hear it going off right now. We work all the time. But I stopped what I call working 22 years ago when I started my own company. I get to wake up every morning and tackle problems that I love to tackle. It's a love-hate relationship that you have with the journey of being an entrepreneur. I'll just tell you a little story. The third business that I have, which is a concierge medicine business, we have 5 locations. I built it. I had the privilege of building that with my husband. The first couple of years, we made no money. My husband brought in $0. And so I had to carry us while we had a son. We have a son. We have a relatively big lifestyle that had to be supported with my commercial real estate efforts. That's what you have to do. You don't You might not be able to pay yourself for the first couple of years. And then as your business grows and more money is coming in, you can do two things. You can take that money out, or you can reinvest that money back into the business to make it grow. So no matter what happens when you're making money, you're typically not pulling out millions of dollars early on. It just doesn't work that way. Eventually you pour that money in and you grow it, and you pour that money in and you grow it, and you pour that money in and you grow it, and you write your SOPs and you hire your staff and you train your staff, and you continue to move each one of those levers, building a machine that grows and runs on its own. And eventually you get to 7 figures and you have a business that could potentially be sellable. That might be the panacea for you. It might be a lifestyle business where you're not actually building a business that is going to be sold, but you're building a lifestyle business that'll throw off millions of dollars in cash. There's a variety of ways that you can grow businesses. But no matter what you do, that journey is going to be the same. It's going to be wonderful and horrible all packaged in together. A couple of suggestions I want to make that I've found incredibly helpful over the years. Find people that you can talk to about the journey, whether the success that you've had or the failures that you've had. Find another entrepreneur, because only people that are taking that journey will understand it. And something that I wish I knew early on that I didn't, that I know now, find a group of people, like-minded people, and a mentor that are doing the same things that you're doing, and immerse yourself in that world. I had the privilege of actually joining a mastermind back in January of 2023 and meeting a group of like-minded people that I can share my successes and failures with. And let me tell you, that has been absolutely incredible. It allows me to vent when I need to, and it allows me to share my successes when I'm excited about it. And we can talk about money. We can talk about our money failures. We can talk about our money successes. You can't necessarily do that with somebody that has a W-2 job. So no matter what path you take, whether it's a lifestyle business that you're building, whether it's a scaled business that you're going to sell to private equity, whether it's a land flipping business, right? I recently started a land flipping business with 2 other women. It's been an absolute joy. I'm a real estate investor. I have a syndicate. I'm launching a fund. No matter what it is, it doesn't matter what business it is that you're launching. Know that you need to surround yourself with other people that are walking the same path that you are, so that you can share in their journey and they can share in your journey. Know that it is not a straight line. You look like you're going from here to here, and you're going to pivot over here, and you're going to take 4 steps backward and 2 steps forward and then 5 steps forward. And it's going to feel like you're pushing that boulder up the mountain. But the point is that all you have to do is make sure that you are making over time forward movement, and slowly over the period of years, weeks, months, years, you will see the success of that business grow. Because if you don't, that business will fail. You'll shut it down and then you'll open a new one. Because if you are a true entrepreneur, you don't give up after the first one. You have lots of failures along the way. You need to learn from those failures and keep going. I was born an entrepreneur. I wish I had the courage and the wherewithal to start my entrepreneurial journey in my 20s. I didn't. I started my entrepreneurial journey in my 30s, but I'm now in my 50s, and I'm not slowing down. I'm speeding up. So for any of you out there that are wondering how you get started, don't worry about it. Just make a start. Take that first step and make a start, and then grow on that one piece, brick by brick by brick, and you will get to the next place in your own journey.